Aboru Aboye. Shidadani Mobayin. How are you guys doing today? I welcome you to this episode of Isheshe Talks. On this episode, we'll be talking about the misconception of when a babalawo says that someone should be a babalawo, or a girl should marry a babalawo, or a woman rather should marry a babalawo. Because there's a strong misconception, and it's still as a result of the fact that majority of these babalawo don't focus on the philosophical aspect of Ifa. Because how can you tell a 30-year-old man or a 40-year-old man to go and become a babalawo, to go and be learning Ifa? But for the purpose of clarity, I want you guys to understand that there are two types of babalawo. One, there's the one that understand what Ifa is saying. Yoruba will say, babalawo tó gbọ́ ohun tí Èdùn sọ. The babalawo that hears what Ifa is saying. If Èdùn in that context is Ifa. So babalawo tó gbọ́ ohun tí Èdùn sọ. The babalawo that understands what Ifa is saying. Babalawo tí ò gbọ́ ohun tí Èdùn sọ. The one that does not understand what Èdùn is saying. So what makes the two of them a babalawo is that the both of them did the initiation into Ifa. It is the same initiation they did for you that don't understand what Èdùn is saying. It's the same initiation they will do for the one that understands what Èdùn. The only difference is that one has gone through the training of learning the technical aspects of doing rituals, learning how to make use of Okpele properly, learning how to use Ikin, learning at least minimum of two verses each from each Odu, so that when they cast Ifa, they can be able to know what Ifa is, saying, because they know like the documentation at art. So when the babalawo says, this person must be a babalawo, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to go through that process that person is doing. It just means that you must start taking up the responsibility of a babalawo. That is what I personally feel that the babalawo should tell you. But due to the fact that they don't focus more on the philosophical aspect of Ifa and their selfishness, they will just tell you that you need to learn Ifa. That's like, this is what they do. So how do you expect somebody that already has a career at the age of 40, that has kids and family to take care of, how do you expect that type of person to leave everything and go and be studying Ifa? It is not reasonable. It is not reasonable. And it is due to the fact that they are also lacking the philosophy of Ifa. Because if they understand the philosophy of Ifa, Ifa does not say one thing. Ifa says a lot of things. So the message can change based on the individual. So the message of Ifa is subjective. You can objectify it, but when you are dealing with individuals, it is subjective. It changes depending on the individual. So that is why sometimes they need to rely more on the philosophical aspect. For some people, they might need to go and learn the Ifa. For some people, they might just need to take up the responsibility of a babalawo, which is doing their ose regularly every 4 days. Like, not the ose you go and do at the temple, the one you do at home with water, honey, obi, maybe just one obi, salt, like just basic element, just to like acknowledge the presence of Ifa in your house. Do the normal ritual of an Ifa for your wife. Your kids, make sure they are wearing their Ilekefa. Make sure you do your annual Odun Ifa for your personal Odun for your Ifa annually. Like this, are the responsibility of a babalawo. So this is when you so this is what they are supposed to tell you, not telling you to go and start learning Ifa. No, take up the responsibility. Ojushi and babalawo, which is the responsibility of the babalawo once that are initiated. You can't just be uninitiated and abandon the personal icon of Ifa that was given to you after the initiation. It is wrong. There are some certain responsibilities that are affiliated with having a personal Ojubo Ifa, and this responsibility are things that must be consistently done. That way, That way now you are doing the things that are affiliated with being a babalawo, not just being called a babalawo and say, oh, I'm a babalawo, I did the fire initiation. But are you doing the things you need to do? No. So, and for women that the cast the for and they say, you must marry a babalawo, it just means that they are telling you that your partner should be an Ifa initiate, or whichever partner you choose to marry should do initiation into Ifa. That is what it means. It doesn't mean that you should go and marry one old man that is wearing agbada with big ileke on his neck. It doesn't mean that. No, it means that you should marry somebody that is an Ifa initiate. The person doesn't necessarily need to sit down as a babalawo. No, but a lot of babalawo now take advantage of their customers, which is bad. They tell them, Ifa says you must marry a babalawo, so Ifa is telling you to marry me. All this rubbish. All that Ifa is saying is that marry somebody that has, because what makes you a babalawo is not the learning of Ifa, it is the initiation. This is what makes you a babalawo. The learning of Ifa is what makes you be like somebody that can attend to people for spiritual purposes. You understand? So, this is what Ifa is saying. And this people are being taken advantage of because they, as a worshipper, they are not seeking for the philosophy of Ifa. You need to know the philosophy. You need to learn it. Everything I see that I'm telling you here in this podcast today is as a result of 10, 15 years hard work of research, seeking for knowledge. Now I can confidently sit down and talk about anything. I don't think there's one thing inside this Orisa worship community I can't sit down and confidently talk about. So, if you want to learn more about Ifa philosophy and teaching, you guys can reach out to me on my Instagram page, my Facebook page, or you can reach out to me through my website and get my business WhatsApp contact there, and reach out to me so that when we start releasing the course, because we would release a course on the worship, very soon, so I can share the link with you guys so you can buy it and have access to these courses, because the courses are coming in level 1, level 2, level 3, and I wouldn't make level 2 available to you if you have not bought the level 1. So the level 1 is going to be available very soon. Just reach out if you are interested, so we can add you to the group, so that once the link comes out, we share the link to you guys. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Ireo.